Human beings used hunting and harvesting activities and lived as nomads searching for food. They start living in communities, growing their own food and creating the first homegrown plants. Man learns that seeds thrown in a soil rich in some mineral elements grows better. Research breed different plants of the same species to get new materials with better productivity and higher resistance to plagues and diseases. Scientists remove whole genetic code sequences of a living organism and insert them into another one from different species. So the human being uses all his acquired knowledge to plan future agriculture. Seek solutions for agriculture has been the main reason of the Instituto Agronômico, IAC from Campinas, ever since its foundation in 1887. Our challenge started with the study of Brazilian coffee culture and since then established the basis for the modern country's agronomic research. It is a research institute of the São Paulo Agency for Agribusiness Technology, a department of São Paulo Secretary of Food and Agriculture. The 21st Century IAC keeps its innovating profile onto research, solutions to offering forthcoming issues which have made or are bound to be part of Brazilian agriculture history. In 1929, due to New York's stock exchange crash, much of the coffee stocks produced in Brazil ran out of consuming market, damaging internal economy. However, a few alternatives to coffee monoculture had already been developed by IAC researchers. And thanks to more productive cotton varieties, such crisis effects were decreased, thus starting a new cycle of prosperity created by IAC within São Paulo state. The 1930s was the beginning of the current coffee culture genetic basis, which currently holds over 60 coffee varieties recommended for crop in Brazil and worldwide. 90% of almost 4.3 billion Arabic coffee crops in the country are estimated to be IAC varieties. Owing to what is believed to be the world's most complete germplasm collection and a series of studies on crop handling and growing, IAC has managed to meet the demand of producers and consumers in a world where the concept of sustainability is more and more evident, and producing clear, renewable energy has been discussed in several countries. Brazil shows up the development of ethanol from sugar cane, the meticulous job of selecting more productive cultivars and qualified environment for production, which is promoted by IAC, supported by private companies, broaden the IAC's sugar cane program. Nowadays, research is performed in over 10 Brazilian states, with tests carried out from South Pará State, which is a typically rainy region, up to northern Paraná State, passing through the Midwest, which has high hydric stress. The use of varieties suited to specific climate and soil conditions of each location makes feasible gains of productivity up to 35%. Such sugar cane research enlargement within Brazil allows IAC to go over borders and reach countries such as Mexico, Angola, and Mozambique. Besides sugarcane, IAC also develops research to other alternative energy sources. The Institute pioneers research on castor bean and also performs studies on sunflower, peanut, and jatropha. From the crops to the orchards, the citric sector is one of the most competitive and important in Brazil. The country itself holds 30% of the world's orange production and 59% of juice production. The São Paulo citric agro-industrial sector gathers more than $5 billion a year. Such amounts have only been achieved due to the IAC work. All varieties of scions and rootstocks of current Brazilian citrus culture have arisen from the Institute germplasm collection, which is considered the largest in the world. For each and every challenge, the Institute seeks for answers. By viewing at the future, it sequenced the genome of several citric species, such as orange and tangerine. Such process led to integration with enhancement, and it is also able to generate several genetically modified plants which are resistant to illnesses. Based on researchers' determination, Brazil has become the second country in the world to launch a hybrid maize program in 1932. Today, IAC gives priority to differentiated materials, such as the popcorn maize, developing hybrid specimens which are amongst the largest grown nationwide. IAC research has enabled the producer to have access to more productive soybean varieties, with precocious cycles and multiple resistance to plagues and illnesses. The IAC has also pioneered the studies for recommending soybean plantation in the Cerrado areas. IAC introduced the Carioca beans, which has been the favorite variety ever since early 1970s of both producers and consumers. The reason? Our steady research update. The latest variety of Carioca beans, for instance, can bear high temperatures in field, and that is why they can grow in several country regions. Researchers' work has also made wet croppings viable for São Paulo state, with varieties more productive and resistant to soil acidity. The IAC, as pioneer in developing agrometeorological studies, has structured an automated system to collect data on climate with just-in-time information, which is analyzed and broadcast to productive sector as guidelines to suitable water handling. Water preservation has always guided science at IAC. Studies on handling techniques and varieties have aimed the rational use of water with materials suited to temperature increase. The study of soils has also been important at the IAC. The first soil analysis laboratory in the country was opened herein. It has supported developing methodologies for classifying soil states in Brazil and studies which underlay the development of conservationist practices. Likewise in importance is the IAC Genetics Resources Center, the first one in Brazil in developing issue. Nowadays, IAC team takes part in all Brazilian genome programs, thus helping create new bases for plant breeding and show an institute's strategic positioning faced to market demands. At the Engineering and Agricultural Automation Center, researchers work on projects which aim safe application of defense products, optimizing equipment use, decreasing applied tail volumes, and training personnel. IAC studies lead to temperate climate culture suitability to Brazilian tropical conditions. Fruits such as grapes, peaches, nectarines, and plums can be grown nationwide with excellent production results. All São Francisco River Valley winery is covered with IAC rootstocks which are non-demanding in cold times. At the orchard culture, the Amazon pupunha studies have brought about an alternative to produce palms, generating income to the Vale do Ribeira region. IAC genetic collection owning several vegetable species has been the basis for companies to develop varieties suited to tropical conditions. IAC owns the most traditional tapioca enhancement program for food and industrial purposes. Therefore, it shows the growth in relevance of such culture as raw material for ethanol production. In order to bring about market options, IAC created the Fern and Flowers breeding program of plants such as Anthurius, thus highlighting Brazil on decorating plant production. The strawberry vertical plantation developed by IAC contributes towards widening fruit producers' income and thus maintain families within their properties. However, our achievements are beyond crop areas. IAC has also been dedicated to studies which add value to farmers' income. Seedless tangerines, segmented pineapple, black rice. IAC also presents alternatives to environmentally friendly crops. The Institute's rubber tree breeding program is an example. It is a unique Brazilian program, jointly with sustainable handling projects. Research on Amazon typical rubber trees have turned São Paulo into the Brazilian largest latex producer, bringing productivity and income among the highest in the world. Potato seed production techniques by means of mini potato tubers also feeds into such environmentally friendly profile. Once it has helped to drastically decrease illness entrance in Brazil, and for all those techniques, products, and even this future targeted vision be carried forward. IAC from Campinas created in 1999 the graduate course in tropical and subtropical agriculture, offering a master degree. In 2008, a doctoral PhD course was implemented. In addition to part of human resources, training and qualification, thousands of professionals take part in technical scientific events every year, as well as e-courses for spreading Institute research results. Such tasks, which are over 100 years old, dedicated to Brazilian agriculture, just increase the responsibility of future generations, for the agribusiness continues growing. So they need to be ready. Let the challenges come.